Hello, 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 Love Revolution beloveds. Y'all, I am here with a dear, dear friend of mine. It is possible to meet people on Zoom and be so heart connected. This lady does not even live in the same country as me. And yet, our hearts are interconnected, our hearts are knitted. And so, this is going to be a really special conversation. And so, Jasmine, welcome, welcome, welcome. Tell everybody
Thank
a little
you.
bit about you and then we'll get started.
Yes. So yes, we're not in the same country, my dear friend. I am a Canadian, so I live out on Vancouver Island, and I'm a certified personal coach trainer and founder of Wise Will Coaching, which is a practice where I help people use the tools and resources that they've already bought and make them useful. And so I do that here in Vancouver, throughout the world, and I have a couple dogs. I love hiking. I love having adventures, and I swim a lot. So I've been swimming I live in an island. So I get to swim in the ocean, lakes, rivers. Yeah, I like adventure.
Love, 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 love.
Yes.
I didn't even know that about that you like to swim. I mean, I've not heard you
Yes.
mention that. So yes, I knew you lived on an island. So it's interesting because I lived on an island in South Georgia when my son was born. So I haven't lived there for many years. But literally it's like from where you are, Vancouver Island to St. Thomas Island. Like I don't know that there could be a further points apart, but still
No.
it's that island life, right? So,
Yes. Love the island life. Love swimming in the water is very cold here in Canada, of course. And
yes.
so I love swimming in the cold water. And yeah, I've been doing that all summer.
Do
So
y'all talk about island time? That you just get there on island time? We used to talk about that.
there is a bit of that. The pace here compared to Vancouver. So we live just off the coast of Vancouver, the city of Vancouver, which is a very big city here on the West Coast. And the pace is very different. I've lived in Vancouver, I've lived here. The pace is slow. So
Okay.
when I moved here, I had to calm myself down because I was driving like I was in the big city. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I need to bring it down. I'm
Just
driving a little too all over the place,
yeah.
too aggressive. I need to
Yeah.
calm down. I love that calm, easygoing nature of living on an island. So I'm sure you had that experience as well when you're
Yes.
in Island,
Most
Georgia.
definitely. Most
Yep.
definitely. It also reminds me of I was again living on island time and visited New York City. And
Yes.
we stayed in like an Airbnb and so we went to this one cafe like every morning and I was like, "Good morning. What do I want? What do I want?" And you could just feel them going like so by the third day I was like, "Good morning, I'd like a croissant." So yeah, and sometimes, and that's love. Like in Love Revolution, love is letting others voluntarily evolve and letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. And
Yes.
so that's love, figuring out like where you are, and how do you navigate all that. And, that we don't have to show up at the same level of intensity and energy in every interaction to be
Yes.
authentic. And,
Yes.
and that's a really powerful message. So I know you have a bazillion powerful messages. And honestly, I'm just going to say wide open, Jasmine, talk to
Yes.
us about love. Talk, what resonates for you?
The biggest thing that's resonated with me is allowing my life to give me lessons when it comes to love. So
Uh,
I'd love to share a little story from one of the greatest spiritual teachers I've ever met, one of my mentors. If you don't mind if I share
I
this
would
story.
love it.
Um,
I'm sitting here like leaned in.
yeah,
Yes.
one of the greatest spiritual mentors I've ever had. My 4-year-old niece, Harley, is her name. Harley.
Oh,
She's has
yay.
taught me so much. So she lives overseas. So I just get to see Harley in little bursts of time when she comes to visit me here. And so she is a typical 4-year-old. So she has a ton of curiosity, a ton of questions. And so we were having this really lovely kiki in this chat about curly hair. She has curly hair. I have curly hair, obviously. And we were talking about what's the same and what's different. And she was asking me questions. And one thing I said that was different, I said, well, Auntie's hair is changing color. And she's like, it is? And I'm like, it is. It's turning white and gray. And so I showed her my gray hair. And she giggled and she was so excited. And I was like, what are you so excited about, Harley? What's making you giggle? And she said, you're turning into your dog, Rue. I have a dog named Rue, and she
Oh.
has curly black and white hair. She's like, you're turning into Rue. You're going to look just like Rue.
Oh.
And we laughed about that. And it gave me so much pause, Dr. Ross. And the reason why is because for me at that time, my white hair was something I was ashamed of. And this is just something recent in the last couple weeks.
Oh,
Something I was really ashamed of, something I hid.
oh,
And for me, it represented a loss of maybe a bit of youth, a little bit of vitality, something I had to hide and that I was really ashamed of. And I
oh,
know a lot of women feel that way, right? This idea
yeah,
of, and not all women think that when they color their hair, but that's where I was at when it
yeah,
came to coloring my hair and
yeah,
my hair turning a different color. And what I realized in that moment, which is why she's my greatest spiritual teacher,
yes,
is that that was just an old story that I was holding on
that's
to,
right. That's
an
right.
old one that wasn't based on love.
Yeah.
A lot of judgment, a lot of shame. And for my little niece, Harley, for her, it was joyful, it was connection, it was something to be celebrated.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so what I realized in that moment is that I could make up the story, whatever story I wanted around my white hair in that
Yes.
moment. And
Yes.
so letting go of that shame and having that agape love that you speak about, that
Yes.
I looked up when you spoke about it, this idea of unconditional love, no matter their circumstances,
That's right.
letting go of the judgment around it and letting it just be and enjoying the
Right.
experience.
Beautiful.
And
Oh,
so will I continue to color my hair? I do because I like my hair this color
yeah.
with a different spirit and with more love for this journey that I'm on. And
Yes.
so Harley taught me that. And
Thank you,
so,
Harley. Thank you,
yeah,
Harley. And you know what? Of the million things that are so beautiful about that story is Harley did not set out to intentionally teach you something.
no,
She literally just spoke from her heart. She just literally spoke truth. And what greater compliment could you give your aunt than she's turning into her dog?
yeah,
You know? I mean, seriously, to a 4-year-old, and then like to a lot of people, like that might not have been received all that,
yeah,
love centered.
yeah,
Like some people might be like, I don't want to look like my dog. Like
yeah,
that's not a compliment. And how beautiful it is that she, in her eagerness to love you, I think so many times, Jasmine, I think children in particular will say things,
yeah,
and because of our woundedness, it hits us a certain way, and
yeah,
we in turn wound them.
yes,
So for you to be that safe, beautiful place, for her to say that, and for you to receive it in all the love that it was intended,
yeah,
that's a gift to Harley. It's
yeah,
a gift to all of your clients because I know that that's who you are with all of your clients. I
yeah,
know when they come to you in tears and say, I've spent tens of thousands of dollars on all these courses. And you
yeah,
go, that's all right, love. We're going to work
mhm,
through these and we're going to implement these and we're going to, like, there was a reason why you bought them, but there's a
yeah,
reason why you hadn't finished them,
yeah.
you
So,
know?
so let's figure it out and start
Right,
taking some steps forward without
right.
with that love, not the
Yes,
judgment, the shame, but with some love.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. That is so beautiful. I love, love, love Harley telling you that story. I was recently with a group of young people and their moms, and one of them is probably, I don't know, she's probably 27 or 28, and she has straight black hair. And she had one gray hair over here, and she had another one back here. And her mom went to, and she goes, no, 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 don't pull it out. Like she really wanted it. And I was like, oh, look at her embracing, But here's the mom to her almost 30-year-old daughter, like, am I,
Yeah.
and so, we don't even know, like sometimes, like maybe the mom thought that was loving, you know,
Hmm.
but then like we just don't know how things land. And so it's that letting others voluntarily evolve, letting
Yes.
seeing people for where they are.
Yeah.
And you do such a great job at that. I've just
Thank you.
watched you in lots of different arenas, and you do that so well.
Thank you. I take that, especially from you. I 100% take that to heart and soul. So thank you. That lands really well. Thank you. I
You
feel blessed
do.
for that.
You do. You
Yeah,
do.
I feel
You
blessed
do.
for that.
So for folks who say, okay, I want to work with Jasmine because I can feel the love. What
Yeah.
what does that look like? How do they get in touch with you? What are next steps?
Yes. For those who have done all the tools, have a load of stuff like I used to, just to reach out to me personally. You can reach me at jasmine@wisewillowcoaching.com. Send me an email. I'm on Facebook under Jasmine Charchun. I'm on Instagram. Come reach out. Um, and let's see how I can support you. I have memberships, I do courses, I do one-on-one coaching. So to find a good fit for you so that you can get out of that shame spiral and to
Yes.
start taking doable action and moving forward. Because I know so many of us, including myself, get stuck there. And so what's it take to move forward and
Yes.
start taking some really easy action based on what's happening in your life with all the
Yes.
other things that are happening? Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yes.
key.
Yes. 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 It's so interesting because I have a word of the year every year,
Mm,
and it comes from my higher power. So it's not that
yeah.
I just kind of don't know
Yeah.
what, it's like a word will start following me around. The other thing, because of my faith tradition, I
Mm,
started realizing probably about 10 years ago that my word of the year actually starts around September, which is
okay.
the Hebrew New Year. And
Okay.
so my word of the year is upcoming, which I will count as my 2026, but it'll
Yes.
start next month. But my current word of the year is ACT, ACT, which is action changes things.
Yeah.
And
And
that's what I've been doing is implementing. And
yes.
that's what you coach on.
Yes, just doing the next thing,
Yes.
not the
Yes.
perfect thing, because we all get like perfection and has to be perfect plan. What
Yes.
if you just did the next thing and to
Yes.
see what happens? It's funny you mentioned that word. My word for my sort of saying for the year is keep it simple. That's
Oh,
it. Just to keep it simple. And
yeah.
what I found on this journey, through this year is that the more I lean into that, Dr. Roz, the more
Yes.
relaxed and more present I am, and the more
Yeah.
love I have to hear those messages from Harley. Because before I'd be too busy, too much going
Right.
on, instead of just
Right.
keeping things really simple. And I've seen
Yes.
that bloom throughout my life in different ways and love come through in a different way. So I love that here
Oh.
is a own act. That's
That
excellent.
is beautiful. That is beautiful. I mean, every single day we are given millions of invitations to keep
Yes.
it really complicated and crazy.
Yes. Yes.
So like keeping it simple is really, really hard.
Yes. Yes. It's a practice and something that even on myself in this journey is something that I've leaned into and still learning to keep it simple because goodness knows in my mind I can get things really complicated and overwhelmed and get
Yeah.
really overwhelmed like
Yeah.
so many of us.
Yeah.
And so in the work that I do with myself and also the clients that I work with, whether it's in my membership or one-on-one or any courses I offer, is just to keep it really simple and to do the next thing, just to act. Not
Yeah.
perfectly, not you're gonna stumble, and that's okay, but just the next thing. And then just to see what shows up
Right. Right.
and
And
see
see
what
what
shows up.
shows up. Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
We had a blessedly, and I'm trying not to use the word busy, a blessedly full calendar.
Yes.
uh, May, June, and July,
Mhm.
both personally and professionally. And almost every single weekend, we were either out of town or we had company.
Mm.
And or we had something on the books, but we were out of town a good bit or we had company a good bit. And so there was one weekend in there that I realized we did not have anything on the calendar. And so I went in and blocked the whole weekend and I just put pajama weekend. And I looked at my mister and I was like, whatever I wear to bed on Friday, that's what I'll be wearing on Sunday. And I did. And
Yeah.
it was so simple, Jasmine. I mean, when
Yeah.
have I spent all day Saturday, all day Sunday in my pajamas?
I
I
know.
don't know. It was so
Jasmine.
life-giving. It was exactly what I needed. And
Yeah.
I think the old Elizabeth would have said, let's do more. Let's cram more in.
Yes. Let's
Let's do
grind
more.
out.
Yeah. And then and it's the keeping it simple. It's the gearing down. Yeah, you and I are we are so aligned, and you are such a gift to me, and your light and your joy, I mean, it just exudes out of every pore of you. I mean, look at you, you're just radiant.
Thank you.
Just
Thank
bottle it
you.
up.
Thank you.
I just love being in your presence. I love being with you. I love learning from you, and I
Ditto.
love that you share so freely.
Yeah, thank you. And ditto to you, Dr. Roz. This has been and the reason I loved, I wanted to chat with you today is because I've learned from you. Talking this agape love, I was like, what is, and you spoke about that, and it's amazing how those little pieces sort of sink in that could lead to other lessons like with my niece. Because I don't know if I would have had the same present had I not listened to you and
Um,
and learned from you. So thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
Thank
Oh,
you.
that's so kind. Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, thank you. All right. Love Revolution, beloveds. Y'all can see that Jasmine and I have a little love fest going on.
Yes.
And I love to have love fests with a lot of folks.
Mhm.
So if you want to be featured, I would be delighted for you to grab a slot. I would also love, love, love for y'all to reach out to Jasmine and find her on Instagram and Facebook. Go to her website, wisewillowcoaching.com. Is that
That's right.
okay?
That's right.
And so this has been just such a great interview and such a great episode. Jasmine, thank you for being you, and I love you dearly.
Thank you, my friend. You take care.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate
Bye.
y'all. Bye bye.